Hello, I'm Bruce Zimmerman. This is the podcast for this week. The hardy kiwi. Now, hardy kiwis are not the same size as you would expect from, when you go to the grocery store and you buy all those lovely California or New Zealand kiwis. These giant gooseberries, which is exactly what they all are much smaller. They're in clusters. So some people say, well, they're sort of like a small cluster of grapes. Well, okay, fine. And I can see that. They are hardy to minus 25 degrees Fahrenheit. The size of the fruit is, of course, 1 inch to 1.5 inches long, about 1 inch in diameter. The skin is smooth and is usually a little sweeter than the fuzzy kiwi types. Now, that is, of course, to each his own. But I find that it really is. It makes it also much easier to eat it like it was a grape. Now, kiwis pollinate by bees, and the male plant, and you do have to have a male and females, but you only need one male up to 8 females. So that's quite all right. So you don't have to spend all your time and money on a lot of males. You want lots of fruit. So that works for me. The kiwis like rich, well-drained soils with a sunny location. They do not like strong winds. The spacing on them is about 15 feet. They bear fruit usually after about 3 years. They flower in late May, early June, and the fruit ripens in September. You can actually get quite a few pounds of kiwis from the plants. Now, in order to maximize your fruit, you're going to have to do a little bit of work. These hardy kiwis don't have a lot of pest and disease problems, so that in themselves makes it a good garden plant. But it is a vine that needs support, whether you use a fence, a very heavy-duty arbor, though I have seen them also growing up trees. Usually when you grow them up trees, you're not really growing them for fruit, you're just growing them for the coolness of having them grow up a tree. You fertilize in the spring with a vegetable or a garden food. These are usually high in phosphorus and potash, low in nitrogen. Follow the instructions. Don't overfeed. But you also have to distribute the fertilizer over the entire area around the plant so that the food is picked up by the entire root zone. Now, hardy kiwis, once they're well established, can also tolerate some drought, but they do like adequate moisture, and that is particularly important for good growth and good yields. So consistent moisture, and again, rich, moist, well-drained soils, and don't over-fertilize. Now, the pruning of kiwis are a little different than what you're probably used to. You want to go and prune back the current season's wood to the previous wood. Okay? So fruit is produced on the current wood. So that means that the old wood produces new wood, and that's the wood that produces a lot of new fruit. So each winter, very early spring, you want to trim the new growth back to about 8 to 10 buds. Something similar to pruning back grapes. Now, when you are doing this, you will, of course, reduce the size. And, of course, you're going to see through this. It's not going to be a privacy thing. But it is going to encourage a lot of heavy growth. And with the new growth comes vigor, strength, and abundant fruit. So it's excellent. Now, you can eat these raw. You can cook with them. You can add them to salads, etc. They are very high in potassium and vitamin C. They're a neat vine that you can grow on the fence, an old shed, etc. as long as you're willing to be able to reach and do the proper pruning to maximize the fruit and by reducing the wood. So pruning is all important. And remember, each late winter, early spring, go in and cut back any new growth to 8 to 10 buds. And you should have great kiwi fruit in Canada or in areas where it does not get any lower than minus 25 degrees Fahrenheit in the wintertime. I'm Bruce Zimmerman. Please listen to the Open Line Garden Show on CFBU 103.7 FM each Saturday morning from 8 until 9 and streaming at cfbu.ca.